It's Madden NFL 23, and we're going to look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He's been a production machine with a 1,200-yard season thus far. It's the Eagles and the Giants, next on Madden Football.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Eagles, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State, now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
On play action, it's Wentz. On the move to his left. Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Wentz on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now Prescott. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. To throw is Prescott. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagles slow to get up.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Prescott on first down.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
The Eagles at 13-3 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
Yeah, they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On play action, Wentz. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Finding Sterling. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Running right, this is Gainwell. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he stopped immediately there. And they'll lead the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on fourth down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Wentz now on first down. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Pause here for an injured player. That's Kenny Golladay, who's in some pain out there on the field. For week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Throwing on first is Wentz. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The first carry now. This is Williams. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And some room to roam now. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Robinson's got it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Here's Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Prescott now. And he fires one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
They run behind center with Gainwell.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. An option handoff given to Sanders.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants 17. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott steps away to his left. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Prescott. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Wentz going to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Book. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Prescott. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Aaron Siposs now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down.
10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. Catch made by Slayton. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. On 2nd down, Williams. And this will be a Giants 1st down as he'll take this forward to the 27.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might not take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our 2nd ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Over the middle to Smith. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
On the handoff, Gainwell.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Prescott. It's caught, Smith.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now Prescott. Man open left side is Brown.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott to throw it.
That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. Prescott yet again. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Jackson. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak, no running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Avoids him at the 40. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. They'll go option to the short side. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Giants on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 96 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They run it again with Williams. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this one hauled in by Rudolph.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Here's Brightwell.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and 2, Wentz. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Jordan Davis
brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chasing Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. They'll try to field goal now with Graham Gano. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Gano's kick is good, and they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. He'll get this to about the 38.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 38, Prescott.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. Hurts. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Prescott now. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Wentz now on 1st down. Buying time to it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And some room to maneuver. And he's into the end zone. It's a full return and an Eagle touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with our avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Wentz's throw on target to James. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. Cole Beasley, a touchdown reception. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that one all even as they play the visiting Bucs. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they've had their way running the football well over 100 yards already as a team with 2 more quarters to come. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got a man, it's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Prescott's throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And that's complete to Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the 17, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. They'll run with Sanders. Stop short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. A carry here for the big tight end. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Kylan Granson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a play fake. Wentz. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Now Wentz on 3rd down. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. On 1st down, Wentz. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Working from the gun, Wentz. That's complete to Slayton. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Griese. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Gano the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Throwing, Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Prescott got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. 11 yards for number 11.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Prescott. He's got Granson over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. To the air again, Prescott. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. To throw, it's Wentz. James has got it, complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Wentz. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. Now Wentz. Screenplay set up for Williams. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 152 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Wentz to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They'll look to run for it with Williams. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw his book.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is intercepted.
And the Giants will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
So after the INT, here's Wentz.
Catch made by Slayton.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Wentz got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's James.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Wentz to throw again.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Wentz going to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Richie James from 8 yards out.
And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Gano for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And this is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Prescott now. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Prescott off play action. And once again, this is Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle. Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. He'll take this to the 46. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Book now. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jackson. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
With confidence, with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And again, it's Prescott. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Wentz now on first down.
And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down as well. And it looks like this is going to be all for naught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Wentz. This to Jarwin. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
Now Wentz. And his pass incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They run behind center with Gainwell.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's the Eagles who get the win here. And it was Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who really led the charge.
Yeah, he was in complete control of this offense. He had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And to be honest, he really made it look easy out there.
So for Philadelphia,
they finish things off in style, putting a bow on a 14-3 regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Giants,
this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-13 campaign.
And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around.